Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome to Ron's Opinion Don't Matter on the OG Network. Hopefully, y'all having a blessed, wonderful day. Hopefully, all is well with y'all. God bless y'all. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful, wonderful day. Um, Back to my investments. Talking about money, talking about wealth, talking about building an empire, talking about managing your money, talking about fixing your credit, talking about different things that are related to financial improvement. So, what am I going to do? So now on Fridays at 10:15 a.m., this is what I'm going to talk about. I'm not going to get into the rhetoric. I mean, I know you're going to always get those people that come in. But today's conversation, please read the room. If you don't have nothing of value to add to the conversation, just sit back and enjoy the show. That's it. Sit back and enjoy the show. Maybe you'll get something out of it. Maybe you won't. I don't know. But also, you know, I just want to say shout out to those people that relentlessly support my channel. Appreciate them very, very much. Shout out to my brother from the Fat Tatular Show, my brother Jay. Shout out to top to bottom here in skincare. The product that I use on a regular basis. Appreciate them very, very much. Justin, how you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Shout out to Joyce Art. Shout out to the World Away from Here 95, who does a lot of AI music and stuff like that. Very creative. Shout out to Chish for Real. Shout out to Mike Sports Vibe. Shout out to Man Do Magic 47. Shout out to all of the people that I see on a regular basis. Shout out to you, Justin. And so many Dirty Money and so many people on my YouTube channel that shows up on a regular basis. Ant Like the Bug, Out the Pit, Queen Sackcloth, and so many of y'all. Shout out to y'all that support my channel on a regular basis. I appreciate y'all support, really, really do. This is the reason why I wanted to get back to some of the basics. And a lot of people going, when I get on my lives and there's all this turmoil going on a lot of time, and they're asking all these questions, looking for some type of negativity or looking for aha moment, like I got you, when they come into my lives. And then at the end of the day, when I get off the live, sometimes I'm like, what did anybody get out of that? Like, how's that going to really help somebody? Just going back and forth. And I mean, don't get me wrong, somebody probably did get something out of it. But I love getting back to talking about money. Right now, the stock market is up. Well, I base that on my stock account. I can't tell you what the whole stock market doing as a whole, but I base that when I'm saying based on my stock account and what it's currently doing. That's where I'm saying that the stock market is up. If you come in on the live, please hit the like button. Excuse me. Please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very much. And back to investing. And the reason why I say this is because I'm very adamant about getting your money to possibly make money. Nothing in life is guaranteed. Understand that. Nothing in life is guaranteed. None of what I say is financial advice. But a lot of times I get on here and I just want to talk about what I do and how I invest. And then I try to reiterate some of the simple, basic things that I do, which is I start with just a handful of money, $1 here, $1 there, $1 there. Because I know most people don't have a whole lot to work with. So at the time that I started investing, I didn't have a whole lot to work with. I sacrificed. When I say sacrifice, I sacrificed roughly about $200 of my own money, and I put it in the Robinhood, which is the platform that I was using at the time, that I used at the time, and I still do. Put it in Robinhood, and I made a few mistakes. And I'm being real, I just made a few mistakes. Going in too fast, going in too hard, just trying to rush things. I made some mistakes. So I stepped back and I said, what would be my most effective? I said, I need to come up with a way of investing that would be a lot more effective, where I'm not just, I feel like I was trying to chase a moment. and I stopped and I got away from it. And I'm not telling nobody what to do or not to do. I'm talking about what I did. I felt like I was trying to chase a moment. And I stepped back from that, cleared my head of all of that, and I said, you need to focus how you invest. Focus how you invest. And that's what I did. So I turned around and I started looking at all the details, all of the tools that they had to work with in these platforms. What did this, what did that. You know what I mean? Setting buys, setting sales, and all of the things the tools that they had in there for you to work with. And don't get me wrong, I don't use them all, but I just went in and hey Joyce, how you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. I went in and I just backtracked and I said, let me take my time and filter through what I'm doing. Get more insight into what this company, what I want to invest in. And then there was something that clicked in my head. And I've said this many times. And I said, it don't take a whole lot for this. Why not just invest where you spend money and where people spend money? The whole economy is people selling and making money. So why not start there? And that's what I did. So I said, well, okay. I gotta pay a water bill. So I started looking up companies that supply water. That's it. Gotta pay gas bill. So I started looking for companies that paid up gas. And then what I found out was, they pay out a dividend. Okay. Based off their earnings, profit, whatever the case may be. So I start again, put $1 there, $1 there, and $1 there, and $1 there. And then that's what I kept doing. I said, okay, what else did I use? Toilet paper, all types of stuff. So I started looking for companies that made toilet paper. Started looking for companies that made cleaning products. I started looking for companies that did mining. I started looking for companies that's retail food industry. And I just started digging for companies and I said, I wanted the ones that pay some type of dividend. Didn't have to be the greatest. Didn't have to be nuts. I didn't want to be a stock trader. What's up, Donald? How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. Welcome in. God bless you. I did not want to be a stock trader. I wanted to be a long-term investment holder. So that's what I did. I just started looking for different companies that paid out dividend. And so that's why I ended up Walmart. That's why I ended up with Citibank. That's how I ended up buying, taking my little $1 or $2 and I just went drop them there in these different little companies and I just started there. And these was a year back. And I was like, okay, I don't have a lot of money to work with, but I'm gonna work with what I got. So I went with Walmart, I put $1. If it was Target, I put $1. If it was Sunoco, Shell, it was so many places I was just putting $1, 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 and that's where I kept going. And then I went in and I just turned it on total return. That told me what I was making money on and what I was down in. And then that's where I took Warren Buffett's advice of when everybody's running, when the stock market is going down, that's when he buys. When it's going up and everybody's excited, he doesn't buy anything. So I took that same philosophy and I applied it to my investment strategy. And with that philosophy and what I was currently doing myself, it turned out, it started working out better for me. And that's what I did. And for the most part, am I winning every single time? Again, I say this all the time. No, I'm not. But my accounts as a whole are winning. It sucks sometimes because I want to buy more. Like today, I'm looking at the stock market. I'm like, man, I want to buy some more stuff, but the prices of stuff right now, in my opinion, are too high for me to go put more money in it. Now, usually what I'll do is I'll slow down. Like I won't put a lot of money. I'll just let the money sit there, draw what little bit of interest it's going to draw, and I'll wait it out. Or I'll go, and I said this before, I'll go into JPST and I'll dump the money there. My reason for JPST, like I said before, is because it doesn't move a lot. It's a company, is an ETF It doesn't do a lot of this dipping. It does dip a little bit, but it usually hangs around that $50 a share mark. But it does pay out about 20 cents a share every single month. So I store money there. Like I would just leave it there. And if I don't have nothing to buy, I kept putting the money there, and putting the money there. Now, if, let's say something happens, they start talking about tariffs, start talking about some crazy stuff, and I see the stock market drop in heaven, then I really, really fall back and I look at what's going on in the stock market price-wise and stuff, and I take a good look at my portfolio. And then what I will do is I will pull money out of JPST and dump the money into some of these other companies because it's a lot lower than I originally probably bought it. Then what I would do is I'll flip the script and wait it out. And then what happens is if I'll increase my position, and this is where I think is key when it comes to investing, is that accumulating more shares of a company if they're solid. That way you're bringing your price of your cost, of your average cost of the investment that you made. And what it does is it turns around and you'll maximize your return. So when people talk to me about oh, you're not getting this type of money return, this type of return, I laugh at them because I'm like, if you do this long enough, and I'm not saying that my way, again, it's not the smartest, best way, but it's just the way I do things. And you'll get, if you smart enough and you're patient enough and you keep investing smart and not going in too fast, you'll get the results. In a lot of cases, better results. And that's what ended up happening. I was so glad that I changed my philosophy, stepped back, really start digging deeper into the way I was investing. And it took some time, but I was so patient. And that's why when the market drops, I get excited. Like I'll be like, yes, I can buy more of the stuff that I want to buy more of, because now I'm getting a discount on my investments. Hey, just for real. How you doing? God bless y'all. Y'all know I'm always trying to get the mucus. Today was one of the first days I didn't get coffee. I actually went and got tea. Sorry. I went and got tea today. I'm gonna try to stay away from some of the dairy because even though I like it, sometimes it's hard to get rid of the mucus because I keep drinking it all. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Case in point, y'all. If y'all remember, for those that be on my live, I kept talking about buying Ford. Now I had Ford, but I didn't have a lot of it. So I said I wanted to get up to 100 shares of Ford Motor Company, right? So the reason why I'm bringing up Ford because it's popping up on my screen. It's popping up on my screen right now, but I'm going to tell y'all what ended up happening. And for those that don't be thinking out, sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. But I'm bringing up Ford because I was talking about Ford. Actually, I wasn't just talking about Ford. I was talking about Ford. I was talking about General Motors, and I was talking about Stellantis, which is all of the American-made auto companies, right? And I've had, people say, oh, whatever. And I said, I'm going to buy 100 shares of Ford. And I said, I'm going to buy General Motors and I'm going to buy Stellantis. I didn't get the amount of General Motors or Stellantis that I want because I ended up going into my averages but just go on to Ford. I'm going to Ford right now as we speak. And Ford stock right now is at $13 a share, right? Actually, $13.60. So Ford stock right now is at $13.60 a share. I got up to my 100 shares of what I was trying to get to. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not going to eventually maybe buy more if it goes below my average. I own it now at $9.65 a share, right? That's when my 100 shares are at $9.65 a share. It is currently at $13.60 a share. Percentage-wise, based off of that, I'm up 40%. Right now, I'm up 40%. So just based off of Ford. So the time that I was talking about Ford, let's say somebody didn't have Ford stock, they started investing in Ford stock at that moment. They would have been in the green right now, a few months later, higher than what they purchased the stock at. Now I'm at $9.65 a share. What's up, my brother Jay? How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. Please hit the like button. I know you already subscribed. So if you would have purchased Ford at the time that I was talking about it, I am currently 40% return if I was to actually sell Ford. I'm not selling it. I'm not in the business of selling. I wanted 100 shares of it. I wanted 100 shares of it because I wanted the dividend. And the dividend payout was 15 cents a share is what Ford has been historically paying out. So every 3 months, I'm going to get $15 in dividend if that holds where it's at. So if you look at it, I'm right now, and if I was to sell Ford, I'll be at 40% return. That's almost half. That's almost half of what I would have invested in it. Now, that $15 every 3 months, I'm good with it. I'm not selling it. I want to hold it long term. If it goes down below my average at some point or another, I'm going to up my game. Now, I mentioned General Motors. At the very same time, I was talking about all the companies that they're going to force these tariffs. So they're going to have to start doing a lot of this right here in America. All right, so I bought General Motors at $44.37 a share. That's my average cost. General Motors currently right now is sitting at $68 a share. Right? So if I was to sell General Motors currently, I would be up 54% off of what I invested in General Motors. So for people that say, oh, there's no way you are up 15% return, no way you up 20% return, I've read off 2 different stocks so far that I am at 40% return. If I sold it, I'm not selling it, I'm holding it for dividend, and I'm good with that. Now, Stellantis is out of those 3 is my least best performer, right? I bought Stellantis and I finally got it up. I was buying the shares that I bought. My average cost in Stellantis is currently at $9.16 per share. It's currently sitting at $10.84 a share. So if at that moment, if you would have bought it around the time that I mentioned it, you will be up 18%. Now, out of the 3 that I mentioned, the 18% is the lowest return if I was in the business of selling that. Now, for the people that sometimes come on my live and say, I don't know what I'm talking about, this blah, blah, blah. And that's why I laugh at them and I say what you want to say. I see where this is going and I'm all in. Thank y'all for hitting that like button. Thank y'all for hitting that subscribe button. Appreciate it very, very much. So now those are just the 3 that I mentioned. Jay, brother, man, bro, Jay, I got to tell you, man, before I go any further in this video, and I know I shouldn't do this right now, but I'm going to do it anyway. This thing right here is distracting the mess out of me. This is the cocoa, hot cocoa candle. The reason why I say it smells so good that I feel like I'm in the room and I feel like I got some hot cocoa. Man, when I say that thing, it smells so wonderful. I don't know if y'all ordered that hot cocoa candle from top to bottom skincare product. If you did not order that thing, when I tell you that thing, smells ridiculously good. I got it over here. I said because I bought it for in here once in a while. I want to have like burn some candles in here. I'm not really in here. I just don't. I try to get like a fragrance or something. But man, when I tell you that candle, like I feel like I'm drinking hot cocoa right now. It smells wonderful, bro. So I got props up to you, bro. You put your foot in this hot cocoa. I know I got to get some more because I can't. Because I'm not going to listen to you. I'm going to burn it like I'm supposed to. I know I'm supposed to listen, but it probably not gonna get burned according to your instructions. But that's just me. But no, it smells, man. It smells really, really good. It does, man. You did a hell of a job on it. I mean, the presentation of it looks wonderful too, but the smell, man, and it smells great. But back to the stock market, back to investing. Um, this is why I tell people to stick to being slow, being patient, little small bits at a time. Don't go in too fast. And this is not for everybody. This is for somebody that don't have a whole lot of money to work with, but they do want to try to invest and they're looking for a way to like minimize your risk. Investing in the stock market does come with risk. It does. It comes with that. It comes with risk. And I'm okay with the risk because I also okay with the reward. Now, most like y'all know, for those that are on my channel and follow my channel and on here, y'all know that I usually talk about dividend stocks. All three of those stocks pay out a form of dividend. Now, Stellantis, I think it takes a year before you get the dividend. But originally, when I bought Stellantis, I kept saying, "Well, I'm gonna wait till it go up a whole lot, and I'm gonna just sell it, and I'm gonna get out altogether." But I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna hold on to it. And now, don't get me wrong, there is a sell number. There is always a sell number, but it has to be like so substantial that it's like it would take me 10 years to get this in dividends. I'm out to take that money now and secure it somewhere else. But whatever. And hope for it to go back down, play that game. But I don't really play that game on a major level. But this is the reason why I'm be honest with you. I use Robinhood, I use Cash App, I use Webull Pay, but I'm gonna be honest with you. This is the reason why I like Robinhood so much for me. Because I've been using it the first platform. I like Robinhood more, but for somebody that may be looking for something to buy, I'm not telling you what to buy, where to spend your money. But NOG, I'm gonna put that in the chat. Y'all can do it, whatever y'all want to do with that. Let me make sure I'm ready. Because one time I did something, I realized I put the wrong thing in there later, but it is what it is. NOG. I'm looking to possibly get my hands on some more of that. I have some now, but I'm gonna probably put some more money there. I'm currently in the red with it. Just for the sakes of, I'm currently in the red with it. Not by a extreme lot, but I am in the red with it. Now, understanding I'm in the red with it, but they also getting ready to pay me out a dividend for this stock that I own. So a lot of times you're going to see the stock price drop because of the dividend. They're going to take the dividend out of the company. But NOG is an oil and gas company. Just so y'all know. I mean, you can do your own research, whatever, but NOG is an oil and gas company. And I'm going to, again, buy more. When I get, as my money comes in, if it holds that price down there or lower, I'm going to dump that money there. The other one I might up my game on in is Tyson Chicken. And I'll put the stock code again in the chat. But these are ones that I'm actually in the red with. That I might up my game in a little bit more. But I'm going to get in. This is the reason why I say you have to be mindful what you do with your money. You should be mindful. Take some of that, a little bit of that, and make sure you sacrifice for the better. I mean, to become financially better. There's nothing more worse than hearing somebody complain about their finances, but then you start to watch what they're doing with the money that they get, and it clearly tells you why they're in the circumstances that they're in. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I say on the flip side of it is that you don't need, if you're smart with what little bit that you have, you can bring yourself out of the situation that you're in. If you sacrifice discipline, you can. And even when it as it relates to people, credit score, like when someone's credit score and they talk about, oh, I got bad credit, I got bad credit, and I've heard people brag about, excuse me, y'all, having bad credit. Okay, you bragging about not paying people. This is what you bragging about. So there is people that loaned you money or you some or something that you got, and you bragging about the fact that you don't pay people. Now, here's where that hurts you. Let's say, from a real estate perspective, someone comes up and say, "Man, I got this house I want to get rid of. You give me $25,000. I'll sell you this house for 25 grand, right?" You don't have 25 grand. Now you can't go to the bank. You can't go to nowhere and try to get that money, because let's say that house is in an area where the houses are $300,000 to $400,000. Let's say you need 25 grand to get the property, but you might have to sink another 50 grand in there to bring it up to par as far as the neighborhood and community. But now you want to try to sell that house for, let's say, 300 grand just so you can make that profit. You can't even do that. Why? Because you chose not to pay people. See, this is where you count the real cost of what you do. Is when you don't pay people, they don't have to know who you are. Not paying people is a reflection of your character. That means if I loaned you some money, there's more likely a chance you're not going to give it back. So why would I loan it to you? That's why we have a credit score. It gives people, companies and banks and stuff an idea of your character. Now, if you're a person that has a habit of paying people back on time according to the agreement, then they're willing to extend you more credit. That means that if an opportunity come about, there may be a good opportunity for you to buy that type of property. Why? Because the banks are willing to take the risk with you, because the risk is minimized, because they see your history. So a lot of time when you see people in bad circumstances, these very same people be riding around in a car that they're about to get repoed, and they trying to duck and dive, but they still working, they still earning money, but because they wanted to do what they wanted to do with their money, they refuse to pay people back. And you don't understand what happens in there. When you don't have a habit of paying things, all you doing is limiting your ability to be able to make good moves down the road. You're creating an atmosphere where people, banks, and all the other stuff can't trust you. And then what happens is when someone else comes along, because they're in the right position and because they pay what they're supposed to pay and they do what they're supposed to do, they have all the opportunity. You don't, because you chose to go buy the iPhone. You chose to go buy the $300 sneakers. You're putting more money in product than you have in your bank account with your name on it. And that's why I always tell people, I said, no one should have the most valuable thing you have outside of your time and your relationship with God and stuff like that. If you work 2 weeks, if you get paid every 2 weeks, and you put all of this time and work and effort, and you go spend 2 days work on a pair of sneakers because you just want these pair of sneakers, you chose to be, and now you didn't pay your electric bill, you didn't pay your gas bill, you didn't pay the loans or credit, whatever it is you did, you went out there and had fun with the money, and then get mad when the situation turns around, when opportunity comes, your credit's so screwed up and jacked up, you can't take advantage. And then you want to go find somebody to co-sign for you. You want me to co-sign with that behavior? No, you don't. And the person that has the money is not going to do it. Why? Because they're going to look at your habits. That don't mean they don't like you. That don't mean they have something against you. They already know you're not trustworthy because they see how you handle business. I'm the type of person that can be cool with you 24/7. Now I have no beef with you. but I also look at how you handle your money. And that's going to be the determining factor of whether I will help you or not. You say, oh, I want to borrow some money. No, you can't borrow money from me. I love you. We cool. We great. But I can't loan you money because I see how you handle yours. My money got to work for me. My money got to go further than just me. So if I turn around and handed it to somebody that's irresponsible, I got to already accept the fact that I'm not going to get that back. And this is why you have to be mindful of the little bit of money, whatever it is you have. Yes, trust is both ways. Trust is definitely both ways, but it becomes very unbalanced when the person that has the person that has the substance has to trust someone that don't. Yes, there's definitely trust, especially in certain circumstances. Yeah, trust goes both ways. But if I'm the one that have what you want, you have to slightly trust that I might let you have it or use it. But I got the bigger trust and take the bigger sacrifice and trust that you'll give it back, hopefully. And my thing is this: if you know that person had already shown themselves to be unworthy of trust, just don't do it. Just don't do it. But I get your point. It does go both ways. But the person that's taking the bigger risk has to be more mindful of who they trust and who they don't trust. So, and that's just the way things are. But if you want something better out of life, and you got to, number one, accept where you at, and you got to make changes of how you do things. And some people say, oh, listen, when I say in my life, I have gotten no breaks like that. I had to grind everything out. Like when I say grind, I had to work overtime, be creative, be, productive, got to do this, do that. And it was not pretty. Put in hours after hours of work, and it was not pretty. Tired, exhausted, all types of stuff. And listen, and I'm still not there. I'm on the path. But there is no place that is there for me anyway. I don't have no limitations of what I'm going to do in life. I just do it. I don't have no ultimate goal or I want to be right here. I do it and see what the outcome is. That's it. See what the outcome is. Because if I can't have fun doing it, what's the point of me doing it? Now, everything that I had fun doing, everything I had to do. No, some jobs I was working at, I did not like. I didn't like it at all. But I needed that paycheck. And I needed it long enough to be able to get to the point where I could get out of there and try something a little easier or better, whatever the case may be. But one thing you don't do is give up. You just don't give up. When I started investing, I made mistakes. And the funny thing of it is that I can't count how many people I talked to on a personal level about investing. And a lot of them gave up. They just stopped. Ran out of steam. I never looked back. From the day I started, I never looked back and I never ran out of steam. I just kept going. I've talked to people who I was blue in the face, still kept going. What they do is what they do. When I'm doing what I'm going to do. You can even listen, follow, benefit. I don't care. I just kept going. And I didn't let nobody talk me out of it. Yeah, okay. I can see when they're going to lose steam. I see it. They they ain't going to last long. The minute they see something they ain't happy about, they're going to bail out and they're going to give up and they're not going to do it no more. I already see it coming. And then when they turn around down the road and they see you still rolling, they see you still going, they see you didn't quit. Like, Dad, you still doing? Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Looking good too. You gave up. I didn't give up. You stopped. I didn't stop. I kept going. Wow. Because I know one thing I am is self-motivated. I'm self-motivated. If you trying to do something in life and you waiting for somebody to just jump in, and you're going to get some support. It's going to be very little. And that's the truth. It's going to be man, this candle smells so good. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to, I'm sorry. Man, when I say this candle is like, woo, Now I want hot cocoa. I guess, man, Jay put his foot in his candle. I gotta give my man some real credit. Like, I mean, all the candles I've gotten from them, I like. I really, really do. But I think this hot cocoa one is by far the best one that I've had so far. I haven't lit the other ones because I got more. They actually sent me a gift, and I appreciate it real good. I mean, a whole lot of a large candle, and more likely because of the support that I give them and the support they give me and the relationship we've established with each other. I really feel like they're family of mine. I mean, we never even been in each other's presence, like physically, but I look at them as family. And because number one, we talk not on a regular basis, but I look at top to bottom and Jay and them, I look at them as family. Like, and don't get me wrong, that's all my YouTube family, like Out the Pit and Queen Sackcloth, all of them. I look at them as family. I don't look at them as we all came together through YouTube, but I look at them as family. And I appreciate all the support they have been on my channel and stuff like that. And that's the reason why I open, what space I have to them too also. And I support their channel. I get on there and laugh and joke and try as much as I can. Now they all know that I'm an early bird. I go to bed early. And so if I miss something they did at night, I'll be watching it in the morning, or whenever I get a chance, I go back and I watch. And that's all right. See, the thing about it is, Donald, I've been on this live and I've done this long enough. I've talked to myself many a times. And guess what that did not do? It didn't unmotivate me. It did not unmotivate me whatsoever. I could get on here and talk to myself, and it could be 0 people on here. Guess what I won't do? I won't quit. That's one thing I won't do. Appreciate you, bro. There's one thing I won't do is quit. See, because here's the thing about it. When I start doing these YouTube channels, guess what? Guess what happened when I started doing YouTube channel? It was just me talking to the screen. And then all of a sudden, I was at 100 subscribers. But it was still me talking to a screen. And I was at 200 subscribers. It was still me talking to a screen. Once in a while, somebody would come in. Once in a while, they would say something. I might have this and that, but I still kept talking to that screen. And I've even had you come in here many times. Oh, you ain't talking like you didn't. You ain't talking to nobody but 5 or 6 people. But look at them subscribers. From talking to 5 or 6 people. I understand YouTube. I understand exactly how it works. And I already know when I do my videos this way, I'm going to get my loyals. Like you. See, I already know when I do it this way, I'm going to get my loyals. Like you, Jay, Out the Pit, Queen Sackcloth, Joyce Art, A World Away from Here, Chips for Real, Mike Sports Vibe, my man do Magic 47, Outlaw Once in a While, Ain't Like the Bub. All of these people, I already know who I'm going to get. I already know who I'm going to get. Because here's the thing. That's why I changed my video, and I do it this way because those are the people that support my channel. And I want them to be able to get some of the substance and some of the experience that I have. If they're going to invest, maybe invest, take something. I want them to get that. Why? Because they are the loyal people to my channel. And that's something I'd rather offer them. I don't care about the rhetoric. I don't care about that. I like it. It's fun. I enjoy it. We argue back and forth. I know people coming in looking for a reason. I got you, Ron. I got you, Ron. You know what I mean? They trying to make the most undefeated YouTuber defeated, but they can't defeat me. That's the whole point. They come in there and they be trying to, and I be dipping and diving and That's what they coming in for. They be trying. But I don't quit. I don't quit. See, the thing about it is that I'm not a quitter. That's the difference. I didn't quit. Appreciate that. Well, the one I got in the gun at the gun show, I forget the company that it was. And one I got from a gun store out in All right, and now I can't even think of the township business, but it's in Pennsylvania. But I got the other one I got in the township. Oh, why can't I? Eagleview, PA. It's a gun store in Eagleview, PA. That's where I got the 458 SOCOM. I got it there. But the other one I got from the gun show. I got it at the gun show. But I got a few others. I mean, I can't wait. Speaking of gun, I can't wait to get to the gun range and test out the new boy. I can't. I am itching to go and touch it because I've been wanting these ones with these clip fed. I wanted this shotgun with the clip fed, and I want to see what that's like. Honestly, I just want to know if it's going to jam or not. For real. Yeah, I honestly just want to know. So that 12 gauge I just got not too long ago. I really want to know if it's going to jam or not. Only because I know that there are people. I know that there are people out there that, as we a little bit about the firearms, that probably leery about using a clip fed because the negative I was hearing about is they not reliable, they jam and this and that and that. So I say I'm gonna try to get me one and see what happens. Real talk. No, it's all good. I mean, this does my channel's open to that. I mean, I love humor. So I ain't got no beef with that. Whatever. I mean, honest with you, Donald, there's a good chance I might accidentally because, it's just so y'all know I'm still burning it. But, be honest with you, Donald, and there's a good chance I might accidentally do it because that thing smells good. That cocoa is lighting up the room. And I'm like, now I want some hot cocoa. So, truth be told, I might accidentally because the water that I'm drinking is sitting not too far from the candle. So I might accidentally do that. Hopefully not. But yeah, that candle, man. Jay, my brother. I don't know if y'all got, for those that's on this live, if you're on this live, I don't know if y'all got a chance to order. I know a lot of the people that's on the live is probably customers, top to bottom, have ordered stuff from them at some point or another. But I'm telling y'all now. Listen what I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all might want to go get that cocoa. That hot cocoa. All I'm saying is, listen, I love all their products. So you can spend, buy whatever y'all gonna buy from them. But I'm trying to tell y'all right now. If you haven't gotten that hot cocoa candle, you are missing out. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you haven't got that cocoa candle, if you want one, go to top to bottom hair and skincare. Check out all their wonderful products. But if you haven't got that cocoa candle, you are missing out. I'm telling you, and it's killing me right now. And I'm not even I'm not making this. It's killing me right now that I don't have no hot cocoa because it's the smell. I feel some kind of way, bro. I wish I could turn this candle into hot cocoa right now. Because when Donald said it, it actually I'm like, he don't realize that he's actually was on point with that one because I might accidentally grab him and be like, oh, wrong thing. Man, it smells good, bro. And my thing is, it smells exactly like hot cocoa. Like it smells exactly like it ain't like it smell like almost like hot cocoa. It ain't like it almost smell like hot cocoa. It smells exactly like hot cocoa. Yeah, I was laughing at Ant. Ant funny as hell. All right, Donald, holla, man. Donald, listen. Go order that candle. That way you can accidentally drink it too. But yeah, man. Oh, Jay, man. You put the work in this one, man. I didn't even like the other ones. I just wanted that one for here. So that's the one that's kind of for this space right here that I use. But the candle smells, man. It literally smells like hot cocoa. Like if somebody walked into the house and like, yo, who made cocoa? I smell it. That's what you're gonna do. It smells exactly like hot cocoa. Real talk. But make sure y'all hitting that like button. Ant like the bug. My brother, how you doing? But yeah, back to the stock market. Before I get off this live. And every Friday from now on, y'all, for those that might have missed it in the beginning, we're gonna talk money. Every Friday in the morning, 10:15, we're gonna talk about money, investing. Don't mean that I know everything, but this is what the subject's gonna be about. It's gonna be about money, investing. That's what's up. You should have, Tesla don't pay dividend, but I still think Tesla's an extremely good investment. Tesla does a lot of things that are not just about the cars that people don't realize with the SpaceX and the internet thing that he has. Like Tesla's doing a lot of stuff. So I think Donald will never stop being an asshole. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. But Tesla's a very good investment. I really honestly think that I don't particularly care for their cars. I wouldn't buy them. Excuse me, y'all. I wouldn't buy them, but I think Tesla is a very good investment if somebody's going to invest in. I don't buy it because they don't pay dividends. Now, some of the ETFs that I have money invested in has Tesla as an investment in there. So I do have money technically in Tesla, but I just don't buy the stock directly. But I will never tell somebody not to. But I got a question for y'all, right? And I know we talked about this before, but as it relates to cryptocurrency. As it relates to cryptocurrency, right? I've been reading a lot of stuff, and I have a little tiny, when I say a tiny bit of it, I have a tiny bit of Dogecoin. I had I made some decent money off of, and I sold it way too soon. Could have made a good chunk of money off of it, but I sold it too fast. And that's the real talk. And I want to get back into this before I get off the live because I want to ask y'all a question for those that are still on live. What do y'all think is going to happen with cryptocurrency? But I want to tell y'all something about Dogecoin that I've been finding out over the time. And I just want to get y'all perspective if y'all a person that invest in crypto, because I don't think as many of them are. What do y'all think going to happen with Dogecoin? That's just a question for those that are regulars on my channel. If you invest in crypto, because I know some of y'all don't, but I do. I don't have a lot of Dogecoin, but the reason why I say that is because I do have crypto and other stuff. One of my team members, have a lot of crypto. But they have a lot of Dogecoin. No, I'm sorry, more than one. A couple of team members have a lot of money invested in Dogecoin. So my question to y'all is that what do y'all think is going to probably happen because Dogecoin started out as a joke. And I'm going to be honest with y'all, and then listen, this is not financial advice at all whatsoever. But I can tell you right now, it ain't no joke no more. Not even close. And I'm not suggesting that anybody buy anything. Now, Dogecoin is crypto and is a highly risky investment. But I think I'm gonna go back in. And no, I'm not talking about Dogecoin. I'm not talking about the government Doge. I'm talking about the actual cryptocurrency Dogecoin. That's the one I'm talking about. That's the Dogecoin. It's a cryptocurrency that's been around for a little while now. But the reason why I'm bringing that up is because I've been getting a whole lot of information on them, and that's making me want to buy more of it. I didn't have none. I bought a little bit recently, but I'm going to try to rack some up. No, they're not tied. I mean, there's a similarity because of Elon Musk with the Dogecoin and that, but they're not tied together. For some, I see where they tried to make it tied a little bit, but it's not actually. One thing that had nothing to do with other. Dogecoin was actually started out as a joke, and then it was like more like a way of donating and stuff like that. Now they're tying it into gaming. They're tying it into like a football club. They're tying that coin into stuff that is probably going to make it tangible. This is the reason why I'm saying this, because, and I'm not saying that I'm right. What I'm saying is that the things that they are tying it to is going to make that coin more tangible, in my opinion. Don't mean I'm right. But because I'm seeing it, and I'm seeing a lot of it, all right, so let me go to the stock first. I ended up buying the stock, the actual stock that they were tying it into. So let me go to that first. And this is, again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Sorry about that, y'all. Y'all already know. I'm still trying to get that cold out of me because I keep drinking that cream stuff. But today I did good. I went and got tea. I didn't drink no coffee. So hopefully I can work that out of my system for a while before I go back to coffee, because I'm going to go back. But, all right, so where is it at? All right. I bought the stock. Now, this stock does not pay dividend. It is extremely highly risky stock. But I want y'all to go look up Bragg House Holding. Let me put the stock code in there. This is one of those things that I'm going to buy, and I've already bought some of the stock, and I'm buying some more of the coin. But this is one of the things that I noticed that they tying this thing into. Give me a second. Let me see now. TBH. This is not a dividend stock. I'm not telling y'all what to buy. This is probably going to be a high risk stock. This is what they consider to be a growth stock. But I just want to. This is the question is, and this is the stock that I'm talking about, which is Bragg House Holding. Now, that is they do like it's like a marketing place. They do esports. They like esports, stuff like that, gaming and stuff like that. Now that's the actual stock that they're tying that they're tying Dogecoin into. How this is going to work, I have no clue. But I'm just saying, I ended up buying some. When I started reading more of these types of stories, I ended up, I'm a stock person. Even though I invest in crypto, I'm more of a stock investment. But I started looking at how they said they was investing. I mean, they were tying these two together. So this is the reason why I went and bought the stock. Now, this is not a dividend stock. This is just a high risk stock that I went and bought some of. So I said, you know what? I'm going to put some skin in the game, and I'm going to buy some of this. Now, I ended up buying it at an average cost of $1.04. The stock is only at $1.16 right now. But it was $1.04 when I bought it. It's at $1.16 right now. Once I read the story, I ended up buying the stock. I'm not sure. Maybe you might reword the question, but yeah, I know it. Yeah. Okay, now I'm kind of get what you're saying, but Bitcoin has already did that, but this is a little bit. This is where they're tying Dogecoin into Bragg House Holding. Now, my thing is this: the adoption of Bitcoin is just like the adoption of any other coin. The adoption is going to be the bigger factor. But it looks like they're trying to create their own. And it's not just Bragg's House Holding. It's something else that they're tying this into, which is more of a revenue source. So my thing is this, is that just like Bitcoin, which has become more useful, in my opinion, Dogecoin is probably going to do the same. Now, is it going to be a Bitcoin? I doubt that part. But imagine you having it at a current price of, I think Dogecoin is sitting around 20 cents a coin. And if they're predicting that it might hit $3 to $4 a coin, and you have a lot of it, who's to say what that is? Even if you bought 100 coins, if it hits $4, that's your value of 20 cents going to now be at $4. I never tell people that, first of all, don't invest what you're not willing to lose. That's number one. You ain't willing to lose it, don't invest it. Just stay out of it. I'm willing to lose it, that's why I invested. I'm 100% willing to lose it, that's why I invested. I'm willing to take the risk of it. But I only brought this up because, and it was other information that was popping up that I kept going back reading it. Now, I know people that have a lot of Dogecoin. So a lot of what I was getting, I was sending to them because I spent a lot of time investing, a lot of time doing research. And most of my research is in this field of investing, crypto and stuff like that. Now, am I a crypto genius? No, but I do find when I do some type of things to try to figure out what's going on in the crypto market, but I more so spend my time in the stock market and doing research there. I don't spend as much in crypto, but these things kept popping up. And the Bragg Holding one was one. And then this Italian football thing, the club thing, that they're tying it into that somehow or another. I don't have the whole story on that, but it was tying it into that too. So, and they're predicting that it's going to surge 2,000%. Are they right? I don't know. But here's the thing. I'd rather put a little bit of money there and they be wrong, or put a little bit of money there, and what if they're right and I miss out because I didn't put nothing there? Because I didn't put it. I don't care if it's $1. I don't look at how much. I look at put some skin in the game, even if you only have a little bit. So that's my whole point, is that I don't know where Dogecoin is going to go. I really don't. I have no idea. I'm not saying that it will. I'm not saying it won't. I'm just asking the question of, and I'm, striking it, putting it out there. So maybe somebody that's on my live and say, you know what, let me just look into it. And if you find out something that you may want to talk about or emphasize when I do this live next Friday, and you want to come in, talk about it, and listen to what I'm trying to say, y'all got to keep this subject on investing, more so investing and stuff like that. I know sometimes we go a little bit sideways, but try to keep it about money, about financially bettering your life. Don't come in. If I let them in, please don't come in with the stupid stuff, because that's not what this part about this. I'm making some small changes, settled changes into my YouTube channel. That's why we're calling it the OG Network, because I'm giving other opportunities for people that support my channel and want to have bigger opportunities. My channel is not a large channel, but at some point it's going to get large, and it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. It's going to grow, and I want to give people opportunity that support my channel to get on access to a larger platform to get more exposure and hope to help them. Yeah, there's a whole lot of questions. I agree with you. There's a whole lot of questions. I think crypto is highly risky. I know it's highly risky, but it also has a reward to it. I can't say that crypto is not worth investing in, because I made some good money off of crypto, and I still do. I know it's very volatile, but I'm a patience person, and my patience has been the factor of me, how I make money off of crypto. My level of patience is where I make the money off of crypto. I won't touch it until I see it at a level that I say, oh, you know what? I'm gonna put some skin in the game. And I waited it out. And honestly, I can tell you right now that my Robinhood account, every single thing that I bought in crypto, I'm in the green. Now, my other accounts, different story, because in those accounts, I'm trying to accumulate. So I'm not really worrying about that. I'm trying to accumulate as much as I can and hope that one day we get a real good pop, and then I'll sell off. I'm trying to accumulate. Man, I keep smelling this cocoa. It's kicking my butt right now. And when I wave my hand, I get more of a whiff of the cocoa than I'm just like normally smelling. Man, but this thing smells so good. But in Robinhood, the 5 cryptos that I own in Robinhood, every single one of them are in the green. Why? Because I use my one crypto thing that I have money crypto investing in. That's for my long term. And I just keep adding. When I see it fall, I add a little bit more and increase my positions in them. And I want just accumulate. My whole plan is to accumulate as much as possible, as cheap as possible. And whatever happens with that, happens with that. But in Robinhood, I will trade a little bit of it and try to take some profit and dump that money into my dividend stocks that may be in the red at the moment. So this is why I do it in Robinhood. And right now, and if I'm all of the cryptos that I have in Robinhood, I'm in the green. I'm not selling them because I'm not ready to sell. I want to try to, if it falls back down, I want to try to accumulate some more because my plan is to get more money out of it at this point. Like I don't want to just, a lot of times I'll take my chump change and I'll take it, put it somewhere else, secure that money, and then I'll wait for that moment. I'm trying to be a little more patient than I normally be. If it falls below my averages again, I'm going to start accumulating some more on Robinhood. But in WeeblePay, that's where I have my other crypto at. I'm just, every time I see hard falls, I put a little bit more. I don't care if it's $10. I got 5 cryptos over there that I'm working with, and all I want to do is accumulate much, bring down average. Accumulate more, bring down average. So every time I see hard falls in crypto, I put a little bit more money, lower my averages a little bit more, and accumulate. So I just want to accumulate. The longer it stays down, the more I can accumulate. If all I need is one good pop to make a good chunk of money, I'm good. I'll get out of the game and leave it is, and I'll take that money secure and put it. So that's my whole plan with that, is to accumulate, cheap as possible, long term, one good hit, I'm good. I missed out one time and I ain't doing it twice. If I would have held on to that Dogecoin like where before when I had a lot of it, I sold it too soon. And me selling it too soon, I missed out on almost $180,000 payout. I sold it and made a couple of grand. But if I would have held on to it and never sold it and waited till it did what it did, I missed out on $180,000 payout. And that is the reminder of that is sometimes you got to hold and just keep it in. And if I was going to suggest investing in stock market, I use the same terminology I use with everybody, is this. Invest in stocks starting out, buy stocks and stuff that you spend money and where you see other people spend money. That's my number one thing, is buy stock and stuff where you spend money, and buy stock and stuff where you see other people spend money. And I don't say go in there with a whole lot of money. I always tell people to take a little bit. If all you have is $1, and let's say we go to Walmart, put $1 in Walmart stock, put $1 in Target stock, wherever you spend money and where you see other people spend money. Then I tell them to go in after you've established all of the places you want to invest in. And then when I say go in and turn it on total return, like click it, and there's a way to total return takes the stock price out of your face. And what it does is it tells you what you're making money on and what you're not making money on. All of my accounts are on total return. I don't look at stock prices, I care less. What I care about is when it goes into the red for me, that's my cue to look at it and possibly buy more of it if I have something to work with. That's how I do all my accounts. If it's in the green with me, I'm not going to buy no more. So if I bought $1 at Walmart at $200 a share and I put $1 there, and let's say it's at $210, all right, that dollar is just going to sit there. I might get a penny in dividend. I'm just going to leave it there. But if I ever see a day where Walmart drops below that original dollar purchase, that's when I start buying more, because I want to bring down my average cost as low as possible, maximize my return when I get my dividend payout. And that's the pattern that I have always used, and that's what worked for me. I'm not saying that you're going to get rich doing what I'm doing. No, I don't think anybody's going to get rich doing what I'm doing. But I am basically building an income. That's why I do it the way I'm doing. I spread out very far. I have money in almost 500 different companies. I constantly work them every single day, put a little bit here, a little bit there. I build my portfolio where I get a good amount of dividends on a monthly basis. So now all I do is just recycle the money and back into the same company or different companies, depending on how far it's down in the red and how much of it I'm willing to risk to buy up more. There is a time where I might push the brakes on something and say, okay, that's all. I don't care what happens. I'm just going to keep collecting and keep collecting. And I usually max out at $500 or 100 shares. That was my initial stance. Like if I have a company I'm investing in, once I hit $500 in that company, I'm not going to put no more money, or 100 shares, whatever one comes first. So if I hit 100 shares and it's only $300, that's where I'm going to stick at, and I'm going to move on to someone else. That was my initial thing, so that I can spread out farther and not put too much money in one place. It's just because if it go bad, initially that can hurt me at the time, because, you know, if I put $10,000 in one place and it goes bad, I couldn't stomach that. So I had to work within my means of what I had. So that's why I say I'm gonna max out at $500 or maybe 100 share. All right, so Robinhood and all, they pay it out in cash. So here's my point that they pay out in cash is this. If, like this company, I got AGNC, whenever they pay me out my dividends, I'm just using them as an example. All of them do the same thing. It comes into my Robinhood account as cash in my buying power. I can take the money out and go spend it on whatever I want to spend it for, because it's money. Or I can reinvest that money in the same company or in another company. So when you get paid out dividends, it comes out in sometimes company will pay it out as in shares, more shares. But the ones that I pay out, I have all pay out in cash. So it's spendable cash money that you can go use whatever it is you want to use it for, or you can reinvest the money in that company or another company, however direction you want to go with that. All you have to do, if you want to get more insight of that, is just take the stock code of whatever company it is, and then put in Google the dividend history, and it'll look, and you look at this, the information that they give you, it'll tell you how often they pay dividends and how much they have paid dividends historically, and what form of dividend they've been given to. And most companies pay it in the form of cash. You know, spendable cash, if that answers your question. But yeah, that's how I do it. Like I said, if you're a person that loves to invest, like I do, I enjoy it every single day. I spend my time doing this. I wasn't on here today to talk about a whole lot of individual stocks. I just want to encourage you guys, you know, for those that are on my live, stay the course. Right now, the stock market is up. The stock market is up. There's not a whole lot I can tell you, but for those that are on my live on a regular basis, there are times, I put a few of them in the chat, but there are times when I see the stock market really, really hitting hard. Now, here's the thing. Just so y'all know, when Trump was in office before, it's not about politics, but I just want to tell y'all something. When Trump was in office before, for some reason on Fridays, and it ain't happening today, stock market he say something crazy, the stock market go down. So that's why I'm looking at Fridays as like, if at some point I see the same pattern, then I'm going to go back to and looking at something that happened on Friday. But right now, what I want to tell y'all is this also, before I get off the live, is that we're in earnings season. When you're in earnings seasons, a lot of times you're going to see stocks drop because they want to see when the company get ready to announce their earnings, you might see stocks start to drop. The other thing is we're getting close to the Fed's conversation. When the Fed start getting close to that, sometimes you'll see stocks drop. So that's why, I see the stock market going up, but we're getting close to what the Fed's main talking about interest rates rather than going low. So a lot of this activity might just be they think that the Feds are going lower interest rates and they want to get in the game a little early. So there's a level of manipulation in the stock market that you have to watch. That's why I'm very patient. I fall back and I wait for these moments where if he spooks the market, one of these politicians or some crazy stuff comes out where people start running from the market and the stock market drop. That's when I come in and I dump a little bit more money and I ride it out long term. So that's my whole point, is that right now, pay close attention to the market. You're in the earnings season right now. The Feds are getting ready to talk, I think, at the end of this month. So there's going to be a whole lot of moving parts. You might see opportunity. We don't know for sure, but there might be opportunity. And with that said, I'm getting ready to get up out of here. Like I always tell people, outside of any and everything I say, having a relationship with God is the most important thing that you could do with your life, is having a relationship with God. And with that said, I'm going to get up out of here. Every single one of y'all have a blessed, wonderful day. I'm out of here. Peace.